welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who's already ready to circle around to next year. Bell!
Hi, everyone. That's right. I'm done.
Circle back next year, I think is the correct way to say that, but I'm not starting over. So we will forge forward.
I feel like I'm just stuck in an infinite circle anyway, which I guess is just a circle at the end of the day. Yeah,
I guess that is, a circle is infinite. I think that's true.
I'm in my own Groundhog Day. I think that's what it is. Do you ever feel that
like
way?
I do feel like that sometimes, especially with the show where it's like, all right, we got a brand new footage, got to cut it up, put it on TikTok. Oh, TikTok getting canceled. Oh, okay, well, we heard that before, but it may be happening for real. Good segue. Please go check out our YouTube channel for this week's show, because brand new angle, full screen. We're not shooting, specifically for TikTok anymore. We're trying to make that transition over to YouTube. You can see my entire room here. Oh, you didn't change your camera this week?
Oh, should I?
It's fine. No, it's fine. Well, no, listen, like I said, this is a very in progress part of the year. We're going to be trying some new stuff. I have a new camera angle. I'm going to cut to it right now. There we go. You can see my hands moving. There's a slight delay, which is very offsetting. Or off-putting.
We're gonna see how this works. You're gonna have to be one of those guys. Take care of your hands, Paul.
Well, my hands are okay.
Keep up on the manicures.
They're not bad. I'm not worried about it.
I'm just saying.
I'll put on gloves. Maybe one week I'll put on
put gloves on.
Werewolf gloves. It'll be a thing to look forward to. That must be why some
YouTubers wear black gloves. It's because they don't want to put the time in.
Well, I was thinking, I'm trying to think of ways to show off the toys differently. And one idea I've been playing with is having a black background and then black gloves, rather than doing like a green screen and green gloves, because that would take too much work. So it's like you want to be able to pretend there's nobody there, but just something we're working on. But yeah, so tonight's show seems a little disjointed. There's a very good reason for that. We're trying some new stuff. I'm trying to see how these angles work. But I'm excited. New year, new stuff. Trying to, like I said, TikTok might be going away. That's, far and away our biggest platform. So we need to adjust. We need to evolve, and this is part of that. We're coming for you, Pixel Dan, and who else is on there? Darren Larson, all the big YouTube channels. You know what? You had your time. We gave you 5 years to get where you need to be, but now we're coming for you. So watch out.
I got chills.
How's your week? You feeling better?
I'm feeling better. Yeah.
Get some food down. Start eating again.
Yeah. I've been eating again.
That's good.
It's sparingly. I mean, I think it's nice because now I have like a limit. I feel like I gave my own stomach staple, so it's like
that's good.
I'll say no, it's no more. I'm all no mas. No mas.
The minimum amount of food you can survive on, which is good. Yeah,
right. So
I always have that buffet mindset where it's like, well, I paid for it. I'm not gonna throw away half a sandwich. I paid for it, but that doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, you wasted food. What is this, a '90s, not infomercial, but PSA, where it's like, only eat. Take what you want, not all you can eat.
I've been caffeine free for at least 15 days.
That's a big one. Yeah.
Yes.
Your dog seems like he has some caffeine.
Can you hear him? My wife has no control over that monstrosity. I tell her I'm recording.
Same here. Yeah. No, it's fine. Listen, my dog, you can hear him clicking around. What are we going to do? What are we supposed to do?
I heard the food go in the bowl. So.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Maybe that's the whole idea with the studio space. I'm going to move to the other side of the house with the enclosed room. Oh, now she's coughing.
She okay? I heard some coughing.
Oh, it's still going. Wow.
That's fine. It's fine.
She'll hear about this when I get out of here. Oh, there it is. Wow.
I didn't know that one.
Tonight's episode brought to you by ASMR.
Very good. Oh, you heard the dog.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I heard the dogs pitter patter of his feet.
I'm just so used to it. I don't even recognize it. But yeah.
Yeah.
So we're doing a show.
We are.
Technically, this is a show. We're going to talk about some stuff. We have a list. Probably the biggest news of the week is the Marvel Legends reveal. So they did something in Brazil one day. I don't even understand what that was, but they had 2 reveals, including Age of Apocalypse Gambit, which was on that first live stream. And then the next day, they did a full live stream where they showed off a lot of stuff. So here's the list. They did a wave of Spider-Man retro, which includes a new animated series, Chameleon, the first Marvel Legends appearance of Kane. Now, Kane, I remember from back in the Toy Biz days because they did a big box set of Spider-Man figures. And Kane was one of them because they were really big on reusing the bodies. So I think there was like an Archangel figure and like half the figures in this box set where you were using the same Archangel body. But I had that figure, but he never appeared in the animated series. So I had no idea who this character was. He was like a blue stripy guy with long hair and had like a pink sweater hanging around his shoulders.
Okay. Was he a clone? They're always a clone, or like some
I think
kind
it was
of
like the
multiverse
Clone
Spider-Man.
Saga box set, but I don't know anything about Kane. But he's getting the Marvel Legends, so if you're excited for Kane, big Kane fan out there.
These always impress me enough, but they've gone to the point now where they have like separated the card art a little bit for that classic animated series, and then I think at some point in the animated line they kind of updated it. So it's like a 50-50 split with the card art style. So Chameleon gets the retro 90s Toy Biz animated series. I think Kane might get it as well, but it might have that spider web shooting down in the center with the purples and the reds.
That's it, exactly. So I think only Chameleon has that true retro.
Yes. I'm kind of sad about that Chameleon. So he comes with J. Jonah Jameson's mask.
Yeah, like a squished up
but
mask.
It's all squished up.
I
missed the old figure where it had like the really awkward. I like the J. Jonah Jameson, but who was the other? Was it a Venom head? There was a Spider-Man.
Oh, it was the 3 heads, and then
there
body
were 3 heads.
Was J. Jonah, but it was like soft goods vest.
No, I don't believe so. Unless it was that was a multi-pack. I think
they did a J. Jonah, and I feel like the body had like squishy, like he wasn't articulated.
Okay.
But it was like, and then they dressed him in soft goods. Let me see if I can.
I remember that one. Yes, you're right. I think that came with
very
a multi-pack.
Bizarre. Yeah, he had a full-on soft goods coat and pants, and it was tailored horribly, and his body was like completely rubber. What figure was this based on? What was the original figure that would have been so just a rubber one molded piece? Oh, this is bizarre. Oh, the legs were articulated.
Oh, okay.
So only the top. What figure would have had this?
That's I don't know.
Bizarre. So this was from Monster Mayhem in 1998.
Ah, yes. I remember Monster Mayhem.
So weird looking. Okay, what's the other one? Toy Biz Chameleon?
Yes.
Chameleon. Okay, let's look that up.
I feel like one of the heads is Venom.
I should have another window that's recording when I'm searching on my computer. Maybe that'll be the next thing I add. Each show will be 30,000 gigabytes. Okay, yeah, you're right. It was a Venom, and it was a Spider-Man and J. Jonah Jameson. So that was the Chameleon.
Venom didn't work. I didn't care for the
And
Venom.
he came with the stupid the pins, the plastic pins that didn't have
clip pins.
Like a metal actual pin. It was a safe version.
Clasp. Yeah.
Yeah, this figure was pretty rough, but it was good to get J. Jonah. That must have been before they put out the official J. Jonah.
It was,
but it wasn't any better. That one is so bad. Where he's dressed up like a doll. It's the worst. They really did some awful of these packs, like these multi-packs.
Right. Oh, they did. Yeah.
They would get them at like BJ's, and there'd be like one character that you wanted or that had
really
not been
needed
released.
That one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you had to buy the whole set just to get this stupid, awful. Get all of the other ones are the worst. But that was fun too. Toy Biz was doing that towards the end too, right before they sold off to Hasbro, Because they did like the monsters, the Marvel Legends monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that one? And there was a couple other ones too that had some like pretty good and rare, like hard to find now, pretty expensive figures.
Oh, sure. All that end-of-line stuff is very rare.
Because some of them held up, especially in the beginning where Hasbro was just using the same molds that Toy Biz had done. Okay, there was like a Fearsome Foes, which had a good Spider-Man, and then Rhino, Carnage, Vulture, and Lizard. There was the Punisher sets, which is called what? I don't know. But it had Spider-Man, Elektra and White, Punisher, and a Daredevil. And then a Danger Room set with an unmasked Wolverine, Beast in a lab coat, soft lab coat.
Oh, yeah.
Magneto and Rogue. And
I remember those were wild. Those were the most insane sets because it was like, oh, now you don't really need them, but
you don't. But it was like one or two things like you wanted the unmasked Wolverine.
Yeah,
because the unmasked Wolverine, the original one, was like one of the most elusive Marvel Legends chase figures. I found one. Here's my quick story about this figure. I found one at a Kmart randomly, bought it because it was going for a lot of money on eBay. I put it up. People were mad, as they still are, when you put up like rare stuff, and they were shill bidding it. And this one guy shill bidded up to $1,000. But there was one real bidder who really wanted it. So he lost. I sent him a message. I'm like, hey, you lost. The winning bidder backed out. Do you want it for the winning price, which was like $1,000? And he said yes.
No, he didn't.
So I swear to God, I must have this email saved for this transaction. I was
insane.
It was insane. It was insane. Oh, good time.
Oh.
Good time. So there was some good stuff coming out there in the end.
Sure.
So Hasbro has not done. Have they done any multi-packs for Marvel Legends? I feel like no.
Yes.
Not that I can think of. What have they done?
They do. They're usually Amazon exclusives.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yes.
They do the Amazon exclusives, which are like usually very obscure characters.
And they wind up in Ross.
They end up at Ross.
$12.
Oh,
yes.
I never saw that most recent one. I was really excited to get it, but I did not find it. I'm just looking up to see if they have any still on Amazon. So there was the Spider-Man set that came with Black Spider-Man. There's a guy that has like a warthog head. He's the first characters. There's like RoboCop guy because he's all robot except his face.
Right.
That's only $66 right now. Hop on there. That's pretty good. You get 5 figures for $66.
It's usually like $120. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they start. Here's another one. This one's $60. I think this is the one that was at Ross that comes with. What's Cable's brother's name? Scythe or something? Strife. That's right, Strife. And then it comes with the fun
favorite
Marvel circle. Random? Is that the white character?
Yeah, with the gun, with the cannon arm.
Oh, that guy.
I love that crazy Toy Biz character. I liked it in Toy Biz.
I don't. He looks very strange.
I liked it for some reason. It was so bizarre. Here.
Actually, this set is a figure I really want. He's another like robot body, but he has like human head from the collarbone up. I think that just looks like a really fun figure.
I think he's one of the what are those guys called? The the dude with the tank body.
Yeah.
What are they called? The
is it Mojo's people?
No, they're like the mutant hunters.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it.
Yeah, he was one of them.
And then there's the West Coast Avengers. Right. You got like, they introduced those in the Toy Biz X-Men line back in the day.
Right.
Oh, the Secret Wars Wolverine is on here for $25.99, which is about what Target is charging. So if you want to pre-order that, hop on Amazon.
If you want to get on Amazon real quick, just to segue off, but then we'll go back to Legends. Right now, you can get the IG, I think it's IG-11.
Yes. Yep.
The Yoda. He's on sale for like $18, and then there's a $3 coupon. It gets it below $14.
Yes, I just posted that on
Black
Toy
Series.
Sailboat. Go follow that on Facebook. You get all your deals. Yeah. Did you buy it? Did you find? Was that the right price for you?
For $14. For $14, it's a great price. You get a couple Anzellans. You get Grogu. He's riding a
what more
mech.
could you want?
You get the whole scene. I think that's like my favorite scene of that whole season, where he's just going around going, yes, yes, yes.
That was very funny. That was very funny. I feel like there's a modern day nativity scene in there somehow. He's like bringing the baby Jesus Yoda. But I won't be too blasphemous in my comments. Let's see what else are they coming up with. Oh, there's some good exclusives. Charles Xavier, but not in the hover car.
No, it's Savage Land. Charles
Savage
Xavier.
Land.
Yeah, so he's in the green
army fatigues.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Which is cool.
That's what he rode. That's when he dressed up in the Blackbird jet. Usually.
That's true. But how did he get around? Did his legs work at that point? Was he making himself hover?
That's a good question. I think the chair. I
feel like they
probably just got into the chair.
I know they did the chair as a deluxe. I feel like they could do a better chair. I wonder if we'll ever see a better chair. I bet they could like paint it nicer or something. Also, Spider-Man 77, which is the year. You know, it's not like what's the like future Spider-Man like 2000
2099. 2099.
Right. So this one is like the live action Spider-Man. Is that?
I think isn't it the Japanese Spider-Man?
I think this is not the Japanese.
Oh,
they did the Japanese version. This wasn't aired on CBS.
Oh, okay.
This was the original live action American Spider-Man from 1977. So cool. You know, no alternate head. They really see with these live action ones, if you don't get the alternate person head, I feel like that's a missed opportunity. And then I actually don't love this figure. Lizard from No Way Home. Was this figure previously released as a Build-A-Figure?
I don't believe so. I think this is brand new.
I don't love the engineering of the body. I feel like they could have made it smoother, more seamless.
Yeah.
I'm not loving it.
I was never a big fan of the design in the movie for that lizard.
No.
Just because
that was a Sony
face.
thing.
It was. You see the lizard, great. You want more of that reptilian, like the elongated snout.
Right.
Kind of gives it more of the like Michael Bay Turtles look.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
He kind of looks like one of the Goombas from
That's 100%. You need that big red coat on him. That's exactly what he looks like. And you don't want to look like that.
No, you don't.
If somebody's comparing your movie to live action Super Mario, you've made a mistake.
Mm-hmm. And that's an Amazon exclusive.
That's Amazon, sure. So maybe you can get a discount on that in the future.
Yeah.
We mentioned AOA. Gambit, he looks cool. We're finally getting some good Gambit figures. Age of Apocalypse, I only know it because Toy Biz dabbled in the toys.
They did.
And they were weird because they were larger, less articulated, but I didn't collect them, but I was always like impressed by them when I saw them at KB Toy Stores.
Yeah, no, they definitely skewed from what we were used to. And
they were trying something
we were
new.
Like, what is this? You know,
what is this? I don't know. The Build-A-Figure for this wave is what's his name? It's like a very cool looking figure. They're calling him. What are they calling him? Nemesis. But other people were saying that this character is actually something else, but it's like a less PC name. Like they wouldn't want to print that on the box. But he has the skull like in flames under the helmet. And the helmet's removable. Very cool looking figure. Very large. I look forward to maybe picking this up when it's re-released as a single figure because they always seem to do that with their build.
Find the full wave at Ross or Ollie's. It's where all the Age of Apocalypse figures go eventually.
I fear those days may be behind us because part of Hasbro's streamlining is they're sending less stuff to these secondary stores. So that's like they've stated they're going to do that. So there's also an X Factor Cyclops that looks very nice. Comes with 3 new heads. They're very good. I don't love this costume. I'm more of like the Jim Lee look, but I like yellow. I don't like it in white. I like it in yellow. So I may get this just because the heads are very fun. Has an optic blast on there. The Wolverine. There's been a string of great Wolverine figures, and it's not that this figure is bad. It's just either the head sculpt is based on like a very ugly drawing of Wolverine, or it makes me think of that original Hasbro figure. Do you remember that Hasbro Wolverine?
Yes.
It was so ugly. It's like the worst figure. I'm trying to remember, like, what year did they do the switchover?
My goodness.
I'm just going to do Hasbro Wolverine on Google and see. How many Wolverines could they have made? Oh, a lot. Especially recently. Well, while I'm trying to find that, what do they call it? X Factor? What is this version? What are they calling this version? And then somebody was on Blue Sky or Twitter saying, like, he is called... Oh, he's from Extreme, but they were arguing that he only appeared on the cover of Extreme X-Men, and it wasn't even in that costume. That this is actually from like Ultimate Wolverine. Maybe that's what it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna do Ultimate Wolverine, and then when they did the X-Men Wolverine in the X-Men cartoon after season 3, he adopted that costume, that like the black, mostly black.
Oh, the
costume.
black and purple. Yes.
Yeah. All right, Hasbro. Let's see. Oh, he's so ugly. Where is it? There it is. Okay, yeah. Do yourself a favor. Google Ultimate Wolverine Hasbro. Maybe I'll put up a picture here. And then they did like a lighter blue, or like purple almost, for the costume. It's just so bad. The face and then the claws are made of this really soft material, and they're all bent. Oh. Hasbro had a lot of trouble with those claws. I don't know what changed in like toys that they can make the claws more rigid now, but like he had some real limp claws. It was pretty sad for a long time. Oh, that's fun. And then let's see, just finish this off. Oh, they had some teases, which they often do. Did you see those? There was a staff, some webbing, and blades. Somebody was saying that the blades may come from the Archangel figure.
Okay,
they would shoot out of his wings.
Was this just like a pulse reveal?
Yeah, it was just on
whatever they call them.
A live stream. Yeah.
Live stream, pulse stream. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Where was Hasbro where they released the new retro? The big thing that today was the new retro collection for Star Wars.
So they had a pipeline reveal, but I don't know where this came from. I think maybe just Mr. Stevie posted it on Instagram. I don't think there was any event.
Well, it looked like... Well, no, because it looked like it was on a slideshow presentation.
Well, it's a square, which makes me think it's just from Instagram. Like, it's not... Okay. It's not, like, slide-shaped. But
well, no, I didn't
saw
see anything
else
standing in front
this.
of a projector.
You did?
No, I didn't either. Yes.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? Let me see. See what Yak Face has. All right, all I see on Mr. Stevie's...
I know what I saw. We will
also be going to a low-tax sticker, so you can peel off the sticker. Oh,
they're really
nice. Low-tack. That's really funny.
Just not put the sticker on.
Just put it on separately. You can put it on yourself if you want. Who wants the sticker? Yeah, if you want. What's the point? If you're making it so you can peel off the sticker, why even make the sticker? That's so
why
stupid.
Make the sticker?
And if you're doing characters that haven't been made before, it makes even less sense.
Are these the same stickers that are going to come with the Ecto One? Like you can reapply them?
Do you think they've like invested in new sticker technology and they're like they're implementing it into all their toy lines? Maybe. That's interesting.
Reapply it up to 5 times.
So these 6 figures, Kenner never did these versions of these characters.
So these are very exciting because these are the figures. Okay. These are the figures that we've wanted to see. Yeah. Now they've some of them have been made by customizers, by fan
that's what I was thinking.
I
was like, I can picture them.
There is the group that embraces customization and adding third party elements to your original stock, and then there is the camp that says, if it's not Kenner, I'm not having it.
Sure.
And anything else is just a knockoff or a bootleg or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm not part of that camp. But it's 5 figures. The 6th figure is Walrus Man. He is just he's not an updated version. He is just a newer version of that original figure. So those colorways, the blue, the orange, the green.
So they're updating the colors of the character, but they're not changing the mold?
No, they're not changing the mold. They're just keeping that original figure.
Oh, it's
So
just
he is
a straight re-release
Yes.
of that original
Yes.
Kenner. Oh, all right. That's
So
weird.
he is included in the assortment. We are getting
Why
a
can't
Rebel
they-
Fleet Trooper.
Is that figure accurate to the movie? I feel like it's not.
Not one bit.
Why
no.
can't they? Why can't they update it? Like, didn't they update Obi-Wan or Darth Vader? They did updated Darth Vader, right? When they did the
They did.
Obi-Wan line.
Yes.
So why not
Yeah.
give old Ponda Baba a nice update?
Throw him an arm. I don't know.
That face is gross. Yeah, a removable
It is.
arm or something.
Sure.
Yucky. Give him a jacket. Soft goods jacket.
Give him
Like
a
that
jacket.
J. Jonah Jameson figure. That's all.
Right. You can take the
That's
jacket
all-
off.
that's all we're asking.
I mean, put it on.
But you're
put it
excited
off.
about the rest of the lineup?
So the rest of the lineup is great. I mean, I have some versions of these somewhere floating around, but we're getting the Rebel Fleet Trooper, which, at the beginning of the New Hope, at the corridor fighting the Stormtroopers. We're getting Han Solo in Stormtrooper disguise,
So
famously
they did
missing.
Luke.
They did Luke
in
in the last,
Stormtrooper, but
the
they
last
didn't.
17. They never did Han.
Yeah. Wait, Kenner didn't do Luke? Just the
No,
last
Kenner
17?
did do Luke.
Okay, that's
No.
what I thought. Yeah.
No, the last 17 of that original Kenner line.
Oh,
did
I got
Luke
what you're saying.
Skywalker.
I got what you're
Yes.
saying. Yeah,
Not the company there.
not the company, which is that's a little confusing. But yeah, I understand.
Yes. He's the next 17, not the last.
Oh,
Yes.
excuse me. That makes more sense. That makes more
There
sense.
you go.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Who else are we getting? We're getting Yavin Ceremony Luke in that awful yellow jacket.
Awful. I love that jacket.
You like that yellow jacket?
I remember Amazon was selling a replica of it, and it got like real low, and I was like really thinking
Okay.
about getting it. I was really thinking about it because it's like the same texture as like the orange of the X-wing suits, but it's yellow.
Sure. It's yellow.
It's like, oh, it makes sense. And then Sand Trooper with Pauldron.
Sand Trooper. That one is very exciting. That one I do not have a version of by any means. So that one is a gold ticket item right there.
Do you think it'll be a straight up Stormtrooper, like straight arms, head exactly the same, or like
With just a little pauldron on there. Yeah, I think.
Didn't
and we
they
get Dr.
do
Evison,
that?
So
Didn't they do like a board game that came with like a figure? They did like
they
Grand
did the
Moff
board
Tarkin.
game. It came with Grand Moff Tarkin, and then they did an Empire Strikes Back, which came with a Hoth pilot Luke. He wasn't in
There was never
the Rebel
a
pilot
Stormtrooper.
the Rebel pilot outfit. He was in the Hoth version of the
What makes it
Rebel
different?
pilot. The parka is a little. It's got like more of a parka look to it. It's like a thicker coat as opposed to the
so it's a new
orange flight
mold?
suit.
Totally
The new mold. Yeah. Yes.
That's good. All right. Well, that'll be fun then.
So there's no information yet as to whether or not this is a box set or if it is single release figures.
They've been
Hasbro's
doing
kind of
box sets.
skewed towards the box sets. Yeah.
Yeah. But those have been going to clearance, so maybe
Some
time
of them
for a change.
have.
Maybe time
I
for
never
a change.
got the Return of the Jedi one, which kind of pisses me off because it had Mon Mothma in it. As exciting as she is, but
A new Mon Mothma, yeah.
new Mon Mothma, you got to re-release
Yeah.
a yak face.
Wait a minute.
Gamorrean
Was
guard.
Mon Mothma? They did her in the original Kenner line, didn't they?
No, they never did. No.
They never. What the hell? They didn't do that character. I could have sworn
No,
they
it
did
was
her.
back in the day when the
I'm not
female
gonna argue
figures
with
didn't
you,
sell.
but- and
Yeah,
they gave her
no.
a gun, right? Pew, 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 pew.
Big old
The new-
cannon blaster. Yeah.
Yeah, need that.
No.
So keep an eye out
Historically,
for that.
historically, that Return of the Jedi line, there's no blasters in that line. There's very few.
Oh,
Everything either got a staff or a stick.
what about the speeder bike trooper?
He
Was
did
in
come with
there?
a pistol. Yeah, no,
All
he
right,
came
there
with a
we go.
pistol.
At least I remember that one.
But
yeah.
what about most of that line?
Luke? Luke had the gun too, didn't he?
Which Luke?
Jedi Luke.
Jedi Luke came out with the last 17. He doesn't count with the Return of the Jedi wave. Actually, wait, I take
Really?
it back. He did. That's tricky. Now I don't know. No, he did come with a blaster. I'm saying that historically, most of the figures, most, not all, but most
like
of the figures were
R2D2
either,
didn't come with a blaster.
right.
He came with a
but
lightsaber.
like every Ewok was like a staff.
Well,
Every
they didn't have blasters. Why would an Ewok come with a blaster?
every Jabba's guard, everything there was a staff.
You think it was intentional to cut down on the blasters?
Like they
Was there a
really were
pushback?
like, can't keep pushing weapons. I don't know. You know why? Because it was like every figure that came out prior to that was repackaged in the Return of the Jedi packaging. So it was like you got Lobot, and he was in Return of the Jedi packaging, and you're like,
Sure.
sweet.
Put
him with all my other
Lobot.
Lobots.
Speaking of background characters, have you watched Skeleton Crew?
No.
Okay, good. Well, we're not going to talk about that, but we will be right back. So Bill has not seen Skeleton Crew, so we're not going to get into a big, lively discussion of it. But I'm trying to convince him to start watching it now, to not wait, until the end, 8 weeks, whatever it's going to be. This is one of those shows where you can enjoy it from week to week, and you can start thinking about what could be next, because they're being very clever about the Easter eggs from different media, even outside of Star Wars, just other 80s stuff. Because essentially, this is the story of they're not from Earth, but basically these kids are from Earth, and then they get sucked into the Star Wars universe, and they know about Star Wars. That's the thing. They know about the lore. So it's just very fun. And I think you would enjoy it now. You don't need to see it all at once.
It's breaking me though. I feel like
it's not as cut and dry as I just said. It's the Star Wars universe.
It just sound
There's
like it's
mystery.
So meta. I'm just like, oh.
It's only, you don't have to worry about that. It is.
It's like,
but it doesn't take away from the enjoyment of the series.
You're making it sound like this is the experience you want to have at Batuu. And then you get there, and you see just a big guy in shorts with a cell phone vlogging and sweating his ass off.
Because
and
you've seen the clips, the kids are
the moment.
The kids are, pretend lightsaber battling. That's what you want to do. You want to run up and pretend they're they're just, we would do. You got a flashlight and go pew pew pew.
I heard the little elephant dude isn't even the same species as Max Rebo. That was a bummer.
But we knew that. We knew that because we talked about it. Isn't he based on the Young Jedi's character? Young Jedi Academy? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
The creators of the show did an interview, and the original basis for Neil, the blue elephant character, was Max Rebo. But then as they were going through, they were like, well, we kind of need him to have arms. So being true to the character of Max Rebo, he doesn't have arms. He plays the organ with his feet. So they were like, well, there's a lot of pachydermal characters in Star Wars. So they found a new one, or they found another one, or they created a new one. But he's fantastic. Neil, he's just great. He's I need that figure now. He's fantastic. He also looks very much like the character from Captain EO, and that's not the only.
Apparently, that's a Star Wars movie too.
Apparently, they're making it. They're making it canon. There are some rumors or some theories that our main character is Captain EO, which I think is taking it a bit too far. But I don't know. It's just so much fun. This is the most fun that we've had with Star Wars. And you gotta experience it. Don't short yourself. Don't have one good day. Have 2 months of good times watching Star Wars.
Should I watch one episode tonight after the show?
Yeah, you could do one episode. The first 2 debuted together, so it's kind of like a. It's not. I think you could just watch one. The second episode is super short, but the first one really sets up the universe. I think it was 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes. But the first one's an hour less, not a full hour.
Yeah, so that's what they like to do. That's what they like to do with these 2 episode premieres, is that it's really just one episode, but one's a 40-minute long episode and the other one's conveniently 28 minutes.
Well, if the first episode felt like a full episode, because then it's they're off to a new thing. But the second one was just too short. I would have loved to explore that area more, but maybe we'll get back there. Very fun. Definitely highly recommend it. Much better start than The Acolyte. The Acolyte, I was like, well, I guess I'll keep trudging along. But this one, I'm like, I can't wait. Give me this and give me Andor forever. Just keep making this really high-end, adult-centric
You like this boutique Star Wars
Andor
experience that you're having?
I like having the different alleys we can go down.
I
just want something
appreciate
light.
my fruit punch with my Cabernet. You get to mix them together.
I have a very sensitive palate. I like to experience the highs and the lows. So I highly recommend it. Tuesdays, so tomorrow's Monday. So by the time we have our next episode, there will have been 3 episodes. I hope you watch at least the first one, if not all 3.
Okay.
Highly recommend it. Moving on to something else that I enjoy. Gonna use this other camera angle. Here we go. A couple months ago or so, Target put out the Bullseye dressed as a Ninja Turtle figure. They did Leonardo, and then there was a chase of Donatello. So I think I ordered them from Target.com, and I got 2 Leonardo, so I'm still on the hunt for Donatello. But then the pre-order went up for the second set, which has Raphael as the main release and Michelangelo as the chase. I missed the pre-order, but they went up officially today on Sunday, and I got myself a Raphael. So I was very happy for that. Now, I ordered from Target.com. I got the ship to my house option. So I did the 2, maximum of 2. But then I went back and I was like, oh, my store, my local Target has it. So I did the pickup option, and that's where I got the 2 Raphaels. So there's still a chance that the ones that come from Target.com will be the chase. But I love it.
Potentially you're sitting on 4 Raphaels.
It's very likely.
That's wild.
It's more likely that I'm going to get 4 Raphaels. And then it's like, do I send 2 Raphaels back, or do I just keep them? Because then maybe in the future, this will be a very sought after item, and I can trade for the missing ones. Because I still want a complete set, but those go for quite a pretty penny. So just using my alternate camera angle.
Just can't make it easy. They just can't make it easy.
No, they want you to come into the store. They want you all around. But
I had the option. I went to Burlington this past week, and I got in that line
to check out.
It's
a long line.
And goddamn,
yeah.
I went with my son. Our intention was to find his sister a couple gifts from him.
Yeah.
And, things that he could pick out, which he did, but we also found some Minions figures, Rise of Gru. So, any chance to get, a couple more Minions in with what he has already, he's happy with that. Reasonably priced. So I left with 4 things. But that line, you get in it, and you're like, is it worth it? And I'm
That's the thing.
If it were just me, everything would have been put back, and I would have walked away. But I had the little guy with me, and I'm like, nope, got to do it for him. He wouldn't understand any other way. No,
I run into that quandary every time I go to Ross, the Ross by where I work, because I go on my lunch break, and sometimes, especially now, starting now, the Christmas season, that line, I've never gone through it, so I'm just gonna guesstimate that it would be hours.
It's
waiting in line.
So I don't frequent Burlington often because I don't often need anything there.
Sure. You don't need coats.
No. And it was very deceptive because you see the front of the line.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's very well managed. There's only 4 people there. And then you get into the queue and you're like,
the queue.
What is this? Did I just get into the maze in The Shining? What the hell? Get me out of here.
You're gonna ride Tron or one of the new rides at Disney, and it's gonna wait. You need fast pass.
So I think I waited 20 minutes in this line.
That sucks. That's too long.
With a 4-year-old, and if anything, these type of stores that deal with closeouts and odds and ends items, that's where they get you, and they want your kids to be in that queue line because there's all sorts of shit.
Impulse items,
all the impulse items,
very smart.
Like, what is this? Yes,
they line the
entire
queue and stuff. It's so funny. And then once you get close to the registers, there's candy. There's like the lollipops with the figure that rotates and holds them. Like all the good stuff.
You need it all. You're like, I need sugar after getting through this line.
I know.
I'm having a drop here.
They do have like snacks right at the front. You're probably like, I need something. Keep me going. That's really funny. Yeah. I'm trying to think because like that's not how like Target or Walmart have their line set up, but Five Below has started to do that too, where you have to follow a queue to the register, and it's lined with stuff. It's all food. It's all food, exactly.
Yeah, chips.
Very smart. Somebody knows what they're doing.
But I've never encountered a bad line at Five Below, so.
No, they go very quick. People, I mean, you can't. If you have a shopping cart full of stuff at Five Below, I don't know.
The most awkward thing about Five Below, and let me know real quick if this has happened to you. So you're there. Yeah. It's predominantly self-scan now. There's no live
That's true.
register.
It is. That's right.
They do have someone attending.
They like want to take it from
directly. Yes, they want to come and you're like, would you like me to ring that for you? And you're like,
yeah, no.
You're like, what's the point of you? No, this is what it is. They opted for this over you.
That's right. Stop trying to keep your job. We don't need you anymore.
Give me this Cadillac experience here. Come on now.
It was annoying.
I'm a Ford man.
A new Five Below opened, and there was one person up by the registers, and it was unclear if we could go do it ourselves without them doing it. So like we waited for them to be like, come over here. But it's like, no, I'm not new here. I know how to run a register, sir. Yeah, that is funny. That's funny. While we're talking about food, let's segue to Krusty Burger.
Yes.
So we saw photos of the next Jack's. Is it Jack's Pacific or Jazzwares that does these? I think it's Jack's.
These are Jazzwares. No, Jack's.
Jazzwares is like,
it's Jack's. We're good.
I know it's like one of the companies Jeremy Padower worked for, but I think it's its old company, Jack's.
It's Jack's.
So they're doing another. So they did the family living room for the little figures. That was the first set. Now they're doing Krusty Burger, and it comes with a Krusty. And unlike the living room, which just came with the exact copy of the normal Homer, this Krusty the Clown is dressed up like what? What is he supposed to look like?
He is a farmer. I had to look this up because I was like, I need to be prepared for this segment.
This is your wheelhouse. I expect you to know.
This is season 20, episode 21, which I have not seen, coming to Homerica. And in it, Krusty Burger's burgers are voted the most unhealthy burgers in the country.
Okay.
And they come up with an idea. It's a grass-fed barley burger called the Mother Nature Burger. Mm-hmm. And in the commercial, he is dressed as a farmer in the overalls.
Okay.
And then they do this, like, he goes to eat the burger, and then they do a super, like, zoom, and it's like a completely different actor taking a bite of the burger, and then they pan out.
He didn't even eat it? Oh.
So then they find out...
version to include.
It's a very obscure version, but so they find out that the barley that is used from Ogdenville is tainted.
Yeah.
Which then causes, like, Ogdenville to, like implode on itself, and all the residents have to come work in Springfield. And it's like this big migrant allegory. So like they're all welcomed first, and then they're all like terrible.
So on the one hand, I applaud Jax for giving us a different version of Krusty, because the normal Krusty is in series 2, so you can get him first.
Right.
But like, man, what a deep cut! There wasn't another.
That's a very version.
Or like, give us the pimply faced teen to work behind the counter.
That'd be great. Yeah, I don't know why it has to be. I don't know why it has to be Krusty.
Yeah.
I mean, it was never whatever. You get Krusty Burger, and then that was the whole thing with those World of Springfield figures. You got the playset, you got the figure that was specific to it. Mm-hmm. So I think Pimply Faced Teen came with Main Street anyway. He didn't come with...
He came with Main Street because he worked at all the establishments. They didn't want to
he worked everywhere. He was everywhere. He's the most well-employed character in that whole show. Is the Pimply Faced Teen.
Overemployed. What was the term they created? Like during the pandemic, people, like especially in IT, were working like multiple jobs and nobody caught on. It's like not underemployed, maybe just overemployed. I don't know. But that's him. So we also saw another set of were they 2-inch, 3-inch, whatever the smaller size is.
2.5.
2.5-inch, which included what? I don't even remember now.
Gracious. Oof.
Gracious, who's that?
I was still trying to figure out the. I think we get Lenny. Do we get Lenny?
Is Lenny in the bigger one? Wait, let me just.
I didn't even know there was a large assortment.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't send you that other picture.
No.
Okay, on the back of the box. Here we go. Okay, here we go. The smaller assortment figures: Grandpa Simpson, Camp Krusty Bart, Millhouse, Comic Book Guy, and Ralph. So that's a great set. See, that's why I'm glad I started collecting the little ones, because I feel like that's almost going to be a better collection if they're doing these obscure characters. For the 5-inch line, you have Marge and Maggie, great. Okay. Millhouse with a bike. The bike looks very realistic, and that's where you get Lenny. He's in the larger set. And then Homer at Bat Homer. He's dressed in a baseball uniform.
Okay. He's in the Isotopes uniform.
So that's fun. He still has that very plain look on his face. Still no expression. They're all very straight faced. That's my one complaint about these, is they're not giving them any expressions at all.
I think I'm gonna get the smaller versions because that's great. They're good value, and I think I'll just complete the family and be like, yep, I got a family.
For the larger ones?
For the larger ones, yeah.
You're not gonna get the other characters.
I didn't get Groundskeeper Willie and Otto. I just got Homer and Bart.
I did get them, but I'm not displaying them currently. I don't know. I don't know. It'll be a case by case. If there's a sale or something. It's I never got that Bartman figure. You got Bartman.
I got Bartman. He's just been laying on our sill like a corpse for the last 2 months. He's I've been just trying to keep an eye on his slingshot going from one end of the house to the next and being it's there today. Okay, it's moved. Okay.
That was the thing with the other series 2 of the smaller figures. There was Bart with one eye closed, and he does come with a slingshot. So that is supposed to replicate he's lining up his shot.
I still worry about these figures. I mean, I've seen the smaller ones at Five Below. I'm just kind of worried
they're not selling well?
That they're either not selling. I mean, I see a lot of Homers sitting around. At the large retailers. I don't know. It's
it's a weird thing, because if you wanted to collect Simpsons, maybe you knew about Super 7, maybe you didn't. I don't know. So I feel like the general public hasn't had a Simpsons collectible line in retail since World of Springfield. So maybe the thought process was there's been a while. I feel like they'll be able to push through just because The Simpsons is a big enough brand. Okay. But they may have to be creative. We'll see. Maybe they need us to promote it. They can send us some samples over. We can help them out. That'd be great.
Thank you.
Or exclusive reveals.
I'd appreciate that too. Yeah. Yeah. Let us be the voice.
We'll be the voice of
your line.
Springfield. Speaking of interaction with toy companies, Nacelle reaching out to the fans. They want to know about specific articulation in their upcoming Star Trek line. Did you see this?
Yes. Well, you sent it to me, so.
Well, okay, there's it.
Yeah.
So they want to know, Nacelle wants to know, do you want to see an ab crunch on these Star Trek figures, or do you feel like that joint breaks up the very clean look of the uniform?
I feel like if you are a lifelong fan, you know that Star Trek's not the most dynamic. Its costumes, a lot of these costumes very rigid. They were form over function. They looked good. I feel like we don't need the ab crunch on these figures.
I think I agree with you, because he showed 2 examples of renders, what it would look like.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I do feel like that movement gives you just that, if they're in the chair, maybe they're lumped over to one side or something. Okay. What I really need is that ball jointed waist, because that will basically give you the same movement without breaking up the lines.
Yeah.
Someone was in the comments, they were saying do a soft outer plastic and then have the articulation under it. I don't know that would work very well. Yeah, for the shirt, I just feel like that is
that would get too puffy. And with that, if you kind of get that shoulder gap
Yes, yeah.
And that just looks terrible.
Adventures in Collecting, they commented, they say that a figure without an ab crunch or torso articulation will never look right in a sitting position. And, that's what these characters do 90% of the time. So it'll be interesting to see. It seems like the comments are... They want the definitely ab crunch. Say yes on ab crunch. Someone wants fabric shirts. Get out of here.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I see some people that they want the figures to look good. They don't really care about the articulation. So I don't know. It's split.
Look good.
The execution is gonna be important if you decide to do the ab crunch. I don't know. They just want them to look good. Yeah. I want them to make some characters that people actually want to buy. These random CDEF list characters, but we'll see. Sounds like Series 2 is gonna have some more heavy hitters in the assortment.
Let's see it. Let's break the
Bill,
news.
We're almost at Christmas. We're coming up. A couple weeks to go. Now is the time to take out all your Santa action figures that you've collected from the Naughty or Nice collection from Fresh Monkey over the years. They announced a new set, a pre-order. Now, the last 2 years, I think this is the fourth year, or is this the third year they've done this?
I believe this is the third year.
So they've had.
What is this?
I feel like this is the fourth time they've done it, because last year they did the reindeer, and I feel like there was one reindeer before that.
The year before that was more Santas, and the year before
more
that
Santas,
was Santas. Yeah.
And the first
okay.
Santas, yeah. So there's a lot of Santas out there. So they're trying something new this year. They promised they were going to do a sleigh, and they are doing a sleigh. So you can pre-order the sleigh for $70. No, it doesn't come with a reindeer, but you can attach all your reindeers to it. And then there's a Santa that is a Minotaur. Is that the correct?
No, that's a centaur. It's a centaur Santa.
He's a Santartar. Santatar.
Yes.
Santartar. So you got the Santa torso, and then he connects to probably a reindeer, I guess you would say.
I'd imagine it's a reindeer body, yeah.
Yeah. So that's very disturbing to me, but I'm sure that people will enjoy that. And then there's an evil version of a Krampatar. Have those guys go at it. So that's more expensive. Oh, that's only $50. That's actually not too bad. This is the funniest part to me. They're doing little children for $30. Yeah. These are 1/12 scale. There's five different little kids in their pajamas. Yeah. And then they come with 4 different portraits. 2 boys. So it's like if this child's a boy or a girl, they did 2 versions of the girl head and 2 versions of the boy head.
Right.
So this is something. I don't know if this is the way I would have went about this, but it's I like that they tried something.
And you showed me images of one of the portraits. They have black ooze coming out of their eyes. Do you have anything more on that?
Okay, let's pull up that figure. Is it, what character was it? Do they have names? This Bobby. It's not Bobby.
Bobby. I didn't know they had
No, it's Ryan. Is it Ryan from Ryan's World? It is an Asian head. Is that supposed to be the thing? So if you look at the head, there's a crying version of the head for both the boy and the girl. And I don't know if this is just how the tears were rendered, but they look like black goo, from Alien.
Right, from the X-Files movie there, where the black oil is just
I can't confirm that, but eyes.
You saw that movie in the theater with me.
I just don't remember. But yeah, it doesn't look
How
great.
did you feel seeing that movie
coming out of his
theater
nose
with me?
X-Files?
Yes.
I don't remember. Did we go midnight?
You don't recall? No, it was you and me and my father. We went. My father and I loved the X-Files, and we were like, let's bring Paul. He's never seen a single episode.
No. But I get it. Did that movie resolve anything? Was it a big deal? Or was it just continued the series?
It continued the series. They went from, after that movie, they left Canada filming. They went to LA. So the style changed.
Oh.
It became less gloomy.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So if you want to jump on, obviously these will not be ready for this Christmas.
Are these open pre-order, or are they...
they have to sell X amount to make it happen?
Yeah.
It does have a crowdfund disclaimer in the listing, so if you want these, you need to order them, or they're not going to happen.
So far, everything that they've produced has been funded, right? There has been
they tried to do the Halloween set, and that did not.
Oh
make it.
Yes, okay. Well, I mean that's.
I think all the Christmas stuff is made. I think. You know what? Did they do all of like the 4-inch scale Santas? I don't know if those ended up happening. I don't think those made it. But as far as 112, they've been doing pretty good. So clearly that's the bread and butter of the people who
you got your elves and
collect
everything
these.
Like that.
You know, they did go back and order or offer the bizarre world of Naughty or Nice Peter and Patch Pumpkin. So they did go back to the Halloween characters. You can get those if you want. But it's just, I don't know. It's like it's different. Like it's not like the Four Horsemen stuff where it's like all like creepy. Like it's Santa. I don't know. It's different. But
now these are fun to look at. I don't have any myself. You have a few. Yeah. And they're fun.
I do. I got when they first came out, I did the pre-order. I got the normal Santa, and then I think I got 2 of the like other like Rambo Santa or something. Like he's like smoking a cigar. And then I got the no color version. It's just like a white, like paint yourself, which is still behind me in the box, but I enjoy that one. But it's a very good figure. It's amazing to me that they've been able to do so many different versions of Santa. Keep thinking of new versions to do. But if they're selling well, keep them going. Why not? Migo. Did you ever? Obviously, we were born too late to collect Migo. But I know of Migo because of Toy Fair magazine. They did Twisted Migo Theater, which then became Twisted Toy Fair Theater.
Right.
And they would use the Migo figures, and then they had an artist create new characters that Migo did not create, like Wolverine. So Migo has the actual company, the guy behind Migo. They've been back. You see them in Walmart. They did DC recently. Now they're doing Marvel. So you can get this box set that includes, I think they're individual boxes, but they're like packed together. And it has Spider-Man, which you got to do. It has Lizard.
Right.
And one other character, and then Electro. Oh, Green Goblin. And then Electro is Electro was not done in the original Migo lineup.
Right.
So it's like, is this new sculpt, does it match the original aesthetic? And I think it does a pretty good job.
Yeah, and these are at Disney. That's
at Disney.
That's the crazy thing.
Disneyland. Disneyland.
Yes. Land.
Because of the shenanigans with Universal in Orlando, they can't sell them in Disney World. But apparently you can go on DisneyStore.com and pre-order them. Yeah. Well, not right now, though. Maybe he's coming soon. I just clicked the link. It didn't work.
Right.
But I think this is cool. I definitely want that Spider-Man, if nothing else, because I bought a cheap one off eBay back in the day, but the body was all jacked up and the costume was ripped. And this looks pretty faithful.
You need a new one.
Because Spider-Man was like the main character of Twisted Migo Theater and Toy Fair.
Okay.
So it's like, it's great they did DC, but they never really used the DC characters. They always used the Marvel characters.
Right.
So I want them.
I need them. I want them.
I need them. So hopefully those pop up on like the other like Entertainment Earth and those, and they're easier to get. Maybe we'll see them at Walmart. I don't know. They're still selling collectibles.
It's exciting. They're back.
Oh, let's see what else.
What do you have on Elf on the Shelf?
I'm just over it. I'm just over Elf on the Shelf.
Why?
It's just too much. You gotta do a new thing.
Are you participating in the Elf on the Shelf?
Yes. My wife carries the brunt of the load for Elf on the Shelf.
Does she?
But she's such a perfectionist about it, and I'm just like, the kid doesn't even really care at the end of the day. He didn't even read the note this morning.
What did he was just like, what are we? This is was this day 7? Day 8?
Yeah, we did it starting in December. Some people do it right after Thanksgiving.
Oh, really? No, that's too much. No,
it's too much.
So we have to get, so in our house, the elf gets the powers from the tree. Once the tree is up, the children put the elves in the tree, and then they get their powers.
Oh, that's smart.
At least that is the lore that we have bestowed upon them. I don't know where it has come from, but that is what my daughter is.
That's good.
Prescribed to. What did I do? So I carry the elf burden in my house. I am the one. My wife, it's like, I didn't sign up for this. But
I was so excited for it, but it's just too much.
Me and the 5 other elves that I have to deal with. And, I've got elf babies coming now. That's a thing.
We had an elf baby. We forgot to have we were going to have the elf baby grow into because we have the second kid is doing elf on the shelf for the first time.
Yeah.
We were going to have the baby grow into the second elf, but we forgot to remove the baby. So now the baby just hangs around with the 2 full-grown elves.
So
Oops.
I've slept in one day, had to scoop all the elves up, bring them outside, string them on the porch lights, and we have the elf pet as well. We found one of the elf pets at Goodwill.
The fox.
And he's always up into the fox.
We have that.
And he's always up into shenanigans.
He's part
so we
of
had. He got away, and I had in 5 minutes I twist tied. Was it twist ties or was it pipe cleaners? I pipe cleaned a rope with all the elves trying to get the elf pet from one side of the house to the other.
Yeah.
So I'm on the Ring camera acting like a crazy person.
It's too much.
Last night I constructed an igloo out of toilet paper. And they had a meeting.
The rolls?
The rolls. They had a meeting. Not the empty rolls, but the full rolls. So it was like an igloo.
Sure, yeah. So it looks like...
And I had printed out like little literature. Like one of them was handing out like elf mischief tutorials. The night before, I set them all up on Barbie furniture and put the iPad in front of it and then just streamed Holiday. I woke up at because my kids wake up at 5:30, 6 o'clock. So I have to get up at 4:30, get the iPad set up, hit play.
Oh, you do it the morning of?
No, I do it the night before. I do it the night before.
Yeah.
But I had the video playing, so I had to get up, hit play, and then be like, oh, look, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the kid to figure it out. I'm just ready for it to be over. Let him be part of it.
I have a feeling my oldest does realize that it's us.
Yeah.
But she has too much. She has too much. Well, she's too smart. Oh, the Tooth Fairy came?
Sure.
That was wild. So in doing that, I've brought in and you're just gaslighting your child, the whole time.
100%. 100%. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah. So for the Tooth Fairy, I had to string all the elves up in dental floss, tie them up.
Oh my God.
Then hang them from the ceiling from a hook with the dental floss, and then a note from the Tooth Fairy, which I had to go to my father because my daughter doesn't know his handwriting. Had him write a note from the Tooth Fairy.
He knows her handwriting. He couldn't do it.
Have him write the note
my God.
from the Tooth Fairy, and then have a feather saying that Jingles the elf pulled one of her feathers out, and then have the money. It's just
it's too
the wildest thing.
Kids don't appreciate it. When did Elf on the Shelf start? When did this start?
I don't know.
10 years ago? What?
I mean, the knee-hugging elves have always been a thing. They date back to the 50s.
Yeah.
And someone must have taken one of these knee-hugging elves. The creator of the Elf on the Shelf was like, "Hey, there's something to this.
Hey,
we have this." And for me, it was always just one day a year the leprechauns would show up and do the mischief.
Right.
And now I
can handle one day.
Now I'm 25 days in.
Days.
I got 24. Yeah. Last year, Christmas Eve, I had to set all the elves up doing individual things and then take my kids' digital camera.
Right. Because you need proof.
Pictures.
Exactly.
Yeah, take pictures.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why can't this be easy? But I have fun doing it, so it's okay.
Well, that's good. As long as you have fun.
Yeah,
I'm always because the kid doesn't go to bed, and then he comes out late, and it's just we have to do we're ready for bed, and then we have to do all of this, or my wife has to.
Yeah. So after the show here, I've got to go do the elf.
Okay.
Elves.
Well, there you go.
Elves.
I'm sure my wife has already done it. Yeah. Too many elves.
One of these days, it's just going to be a couple beds and I can't touch the elves all day long. So
of course,
if they're in the middle of the floor, if they're in the middle, they were watching TV all day.
Yeah.
That was the thing. They were just there watching the iPad all day. And everyone just walked by them and ignored that they were there. And it's okay, fine.
Oh, the weekends are the worst. At least if they go to school, you can have them come back and be like, oh, they moved while you're at school.
Oh, they moved. I haven't gotten that smart yet. Damn, I should do that.
There's your little your hint, your tip.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll go let you do that then. You got anything else for this big week?
No, I can't.
No. All right. Very good.
All
right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.